Hey everybody, it's Crissy Rollins here, bringing you this week's energy update. And the energy has shifted. I don't know if you can feel it or not. We are inching closer and closer to the close of Libra season and getting closer to Scorpio season, which I'm sure I'll be talking about next week. But this week, what was on my heart to share, oh, sorry for the shaky camera, is what you are experiencing or what you may be experiencing on this in this current energetic times. What I have been experiencing is a lot of space, open, calm, wide space. Now, that doesn't mean that I have like a lot of physical space that's opened up around me or less commitments on my plate or a whole bunch of responsibilities lifted off of me. No, it just means that as I have been doing the work that I've been sharing with y'all week after week after week on this energy update, as I've been receiving the messages from the universe and accepting the invitation that life has been extending, which I've been sharing with you week after week after week, right? What has happened is a lot of settling and a lot of calmness and a lot of peacefulness and a lot of space. And I thought to myself, chances are not everybody out there is feeling that. So if you haven't been really engaging in these opportunities that we've been talking about week after week, if you haven't been engaging with them, if you haven't been going in a different direction, if you haven't been paying attention to your default ways of showing up in life and starting to bring a fresh curiosity to the way that you have been engaging in life, if you haven't been creating this space, what's going on? And why is it that I'm feeling the space around me? And what I realize is that the space that I feel around me has been created by the calming of what is happening within me. And as it settles more on the inside, and I've watched this happen over the past decade. I mean, I've been on this journey for a while. Everything that I talk about with you, it's all things that I've brought into my life. I've incorporated into my life. I live them. I breathe them. I do it day in and day out, regardless if I'm coming on here live to share with you or not. And over time, what I found is that the more and more and more that this inner chatter settles down, that it calms down. You know, first it started to speak to me a little bit nicer, and then it started to engage in more curiosities in the world, and then it stopped freaking out about some of the things. Hey, Victoria, good to see you on here, love. Yeah, if you're tuning in live, Facebook doesn't always let me know that this is happening, so definitely drop a comment. Let me know that you're here. So as the mind starts to quiet, I noticed it was a lot easier for me to be inspired. It was a lot easier for me to get up in the morning. It was a lot easier for me to get back on track. It was a lot easier for me to continue to flow and move through life. And this is what I'm realizing, the space that is opening up, it comes on the other side, not of lining up everything perfectly around you or around myself, but it's found when I start to align everything internally, when I can start with the truth, my core beliefs, how I believe that life is working, and I start to layer that with more truths and start to peel away the assumptions that I'm making to fill in the rest of the story. Because, you know, we're only getting a little small glimpse of what is happening, and right now life is saying you need to crack that little glimpse open. You need to see what's happening behind it. You need to get to a fuller story, a more true story about yourself and this other person or situation that you're engaging with. And if you've been doing that work, if you've been peeling back those layers, if you've been cleaning out your internal thought processes and aligning your story to where it's one that's way more congruent with your thoughts, your words, your actions, then you're going to be finding some settling. And that settling creates space, and that space opens up for energy to flow, to cultivate. And what begins to happen is that all this chasing that you're doing of these endless to-do lists that never seem to get completed, all of a sudden that starts to flip. And what I mean is your motivation point, the way that you show up, it comes from your subconscious mind. That's what's driving all your decisions. So as you stay on this path, as you stay more committed to your own peace of mind, your own settledness, and less frantically running around trying to line everything up straight, then what begins to happen as you settle within, You start to show up and naturally do the things that you used to have to put on your to-do list, that you used to have to get yourself to do and, move mountains in order to have it happen. And if you notice, you think about that to-do list, think about all the thoughts and the energy that you carry around with that to-do list. Why do you have to do it? What's going to happen if you don't do it? What's plan B if it doesn't work out? What's it all going to mean if you do all these things and then in the end you don't get whatever's on the other side? So when you see it's just a to-do list, it's not just a to-do list. It's not just 7 individual tasks, if you're lucky, right? Some of us have like 21 things written on our to-do list every single day. It's not just a list of things. Each of those things hold energy, and the energy behind it is the thoughts that you have around it, the feelings that you cultivate around it, the story that you have behind how it even got on your to-do list anyway. And if you're putting things on your to-do list, if you're picking up things and putting them on your plate, if you're saying yes to tasks that you think are going to get you what you want, but they are not aligned with where it is that you're going, then you're going to find a lot of things on your to-do list don't get done. You're going to find a lot more of your day is clogged up, and you're going to think it's because of all these things that you have to take care of. But in truth, where you're going, you're going to have a lot of things to take care of there. So it's not about the number of things per se. Or what if? Anybody who follows me knows I like to pose that. What if it's not about the things that are surrounding you? What if the things and the to-dos are not what's taking up your time? It's not what's taking up your space. It's not what's taking up your energy, but the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, the narratives, the storylines that are running in the background within you. Whenever you engage with the thought, whenever you engage with the list, whenever you engage with the circumstances, the people, the spaces around you. So I used to think it was all this other crazy stuff that needed to settle down before I'd finally have time to focus, before I could finally get some tasks done, before I'd finally have enough time to just get everything taken care of. And what I've learned is that whatever it is that has my attention on the outside is exactly where my focus is needed, because that thing, that distraction, it's teaching me where I'm out of alignment within myself. So you can keep that ongoing to-do list, and you can keep chasing, and you can keep trying to get it all done and line it all up. But if you're tired, if you're exhausted, if you're like, I would love to do everything that's on this list, but Crissy, I don't have the time, I don't have the space, I don't have the energy for it. If you really are committed to that list, put yourself on that list and make your peace of mind a priority. Because until you deal with and until you look at all these things that I'm talking about, this underlying story, what it is that you're believing, how are you operating in this world, then it doesn't matter how long that list is or how short that list is, you're going to have that same experience of you regardless. Regardless. And what will begin to happen as you start to settle yourself internally? Today, I believe I'm going to show up and rock it out. Not because I have to, not because I've got to, but because what else would I be doing? And to live into this sweet spot where your soul self and your physical self just really come together, where you start to play a different game. It runs on a different timeline. You get to have a different experience. It is far more expansive, and it's a lot more fun. And you don't have all the crazy chaos, because you've cleared it out of you. Now, there's lots of ways that you can go about doing this. One of the ways that I would really recommend, that if this calls to you, if you're like, I would love to know how to get more clear within myself. I would love to know how to get more grounded, how to have more calm within me, right? It would take, I don't know what it would take to make everything go into order in your life. I know in my life, it would take a lot that probably isn't going to happen. But what if it's not about getting all of that settled, but settling yourself, and then seeing how you experience all these things from a settled self? Next Tuesday, I'm kicking off an Empathic Healers course. And through this program, I'm going to guide you through better understanding yourself, what this overwhelm is, why it comes to the surface, what to do whenever it arises, how to ground, clear, fortify your energy. And when I say fortify, I don't mean like protect yourself so you can keep all the good stuff in and all the bad stuff out. We're not talking about that. We're talking about fortifying your foundation so that no matter what life throws in your direction, you don't lose your footing. This is powerful. Not only will you know how to better balance, clear, and align your own energy, but you're going to better understand the energy of others. So when they're coming at you with all of their crazy, you can actually understand what it is that they're saying and what they are not saying. So you can bring a more fuller truth to the story for your own experience, which a lot of times actually benefits the other person as well. But really, this is about your calm, your peace of mind. And if you have been craving for this, if you have been wanting this, desiring it in your life, hit me up. Let's talk further. We'll see if this course is right for you. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. I just don't know, and you don't know unless I let you know that it's out there. So I'll drop a link in the comments below. Enrollment stays open until Sunday. So get in if it's something that calls to you. I'm going to guide you through the entire process. And regardless if you do that or not, just consider what it is that we're talking about here. Consider that it is not about getting everything right, right? We came out of this Libra season where it's all about balance. It's not about having everything perfectly balanced and aligned in order around you. It's about finding and identifying and knowing what it is that you need for your balance within you, and having a formula, a protocol, a template, a system to follow, so that every time that you are feeling out of alignment with yourself, when you are feeling clogged, confused, overwhelmed, you have a go-to to get yourself back on track, to get yourself back grounded, back clear, independent of what anybody else or anything around you is doing. I highly recommend it. It's why I've incorporated it into my life, and it's so good. I can't keep it to myself. I've got to share it with you. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out the link below. And if not, again, just keep reflecting on this. Rewatch it and think about it. Is it the calm, or is it the chaos that's happening out here that is taking your time? Or is it the chaos that's happening in here that is stopping you from being able to focus and follow through and make you feel like all of your space is clogged up? All right, I'm going to pull a card because I like to pull a card every week from these gorgeous Oracle of the Mermaid cards. See them there? And let's see what the mermaids have to say to us. And I invite you to join me over at the Conscious Success community right after this. It's here on Facebook. I'll drop a link in the comments below too. I do a 3-card spread in there every week. I already pulled the cards, and I'm using a new method for pulling cards this week. I like to change it up from time to time just to show you how cool it is that these messages come through. Okay. This is card number 38, and this is what's on the universe's heart to tell you, what's on the mermaid's hearts to talk to you about today. And the card is guide, a guide, mentor, a trustworthy ally. Now, this is very easy to interpret on the outer scale. You know, have a guide, someone who can show you the way, somebody who's showing up week after week to give you energy updates. You can start to tap into what more might be happening behind the scenes, so you can make more sense, have more peace, more fulfillment in your life, right? We can have those external guides in our life for sure, but we also have an internal guide. We have one inside of us, a trustworthy ally that is within you in every single moment. If you haven't noticed, someone, something, some part of you is fighting in every moment, is working diligently in every moment, no matter what you think, no matter what you do, no matter how you treat yourself or others. There is an ally within you that is working at all times to keep you here, to keep your heart beating, to keep your lungs moving, to keep your eyes blinking, to keep you here. This internal self can guide you all the way home, all the way to your peace, all the way to your fulfillment. But you will not be able to connect to and clearly understand and know how to follow that guidance if you are so distracted by all this external stuff, that makes it look like you're doomed and that all is not well. Go back and watch last week's energy update. All is not as it seems. It is not as it seems. There's more to the story. Look for the guides that will lead you to the more to the story, and realize that now is not a time for you to do everything on your own. Most likely, if you're watching this, you're somebody who does a lot of things on your own. You're the one who's taking care of other people. You're the one who everybody turns to because you're strong and you can handle it. This is the time for you to be guided, for someone to show you the way. Now, maybe it's somebody like me with the Empathic Healers course. Maybe it's somebody else that's out there that has a really powerful message that's been speaking to your heart, and this is your little nudge to go plug into them further. But maybe that guidance is coming from yourself. So my invitation for you today and from the mermaids is start to look for those guides. What is that honing beacon for you that helps you to navigate the journey forward? Again, maybe it's someone outside of you, maybe someone within yourself, maybe the two work together to help to bring your physical self to the reality that you want. Okay, join me over in the Conscious Success community. Share this if you know that it can speak to somebody else in your life, and check out the past energy updates if this is a conversation you'd like to continue having. I'll see you here next week. Drop some comments below. Let me know, what are your tips for creating more space and more calm in your life? And thanks for being here. Feel free to share and subscribe if you are viewing this on YouTube. All right. Bye, y'all. Have a great day.